Hi, you're welcome to Tek Talk on Africa Tech Radio. My name is Lilian, and of course we have a series with Part 2024, the event that's coming up very soon, 16th, that's 15th and 16th of November. And today we're going to be talking about bridging the gap, right? We're going to bridge the gap with, in terms of women in tech and leadership. How can we go further? What are we doing differently? What can we do better? And we are here with two gorgeous women. Hi.
Hi.
I think it's the first time I've ever been with women alone. I'm always in the midst of men. Like, there must be a man in my podcast, and it sounds and looks refreshing. Right? Doesn't this picture look good?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, I'm here with two formidable women. One is a legal practitioner, amongst other things, which she's going to tell us about. Her name is Deborah. Hello.
Hello, Lilian.
Can you just introduce yourself?
Thank you. My name is Deborah Enyone, the managing partner of Hilton Top Solicitors, a tech-savvy law firm leveraging technology to deliver legal services. I'm also the pioneer of the Hilton Top Solicitors Female Virtual Internship and Mentorship Program, a platform that empowers the next generation of female legal talent into the emerging tech space with special focus on the blockchain technology. And I'm glad to be here today. So, as an emerging tech lawyer, I'm here today to talk about women in tech.
Okay, that's fitting. And of course, we have Irene here with us. Okay,
hi.
Yourself.
So my name's Irene Nwakanma-Obi. I'm an executive director at NN Firms Group, which are leading manufacturers of hair care, cosmetics, and extensions. I'm also a director at a non-profit organization called Venn Foundation, which focuses on improving the healthcare and educational outcomes of the underprivileged in society.
Okay. Since we are on you, I like to talk about, some hurdles that women in business, women in tech face, so that those who are, interested in joining the field would know exactly what to look out for before joining that field. So in your experience as a manufacturer, as a business woman, what has been the biggest hurdle you faced in your business?
I would say, I won't say one, but I'll say there are a couple of hurdles. The first would be developing your skill, right? You need to be able to be thoughtful in your approach to how you handle challenges or how you decide to develop in your career path. The best way of mitigating it is being thoughtful, having mentors around you, and reading far and wide. So that's one challenge I would say a lot of people face, and I faced in the past.
Okay, and when you're describing what you do, you talked about how you are, bringing women along with you, young female lawyers in the industry to be in tech, right? So far, how's that been? And what is the biggest stumbling block?
Thank you for that question, Lilian. The major stumbling block, I would say, will be probably having to navigate the typical stereotypes that women face while trying to climb the corporate ladder and while trying to put themselves in the fore in any space. And then the typical misconception of the fact that, as a woman, you might probably not commit to the work, and then, you are assumed to have more focus on your family than having to focus on the work. So there's a tendency that you have to prove yourself to be able to put yourself in the fore to take up leadership roles. But of course, these are things that we've been able to surmount by, our level of dedication and having to commit to continuous learning and building capacity and expertise. And so at the end of the day, that doesn't really serve as a challenge to stop us, but as a stepping stone to move further.
Okay, so you are a speaker for Part 2024. Like I said, it's happening on the 15th and 16th of November. It is a an event that's pulling people from different walks of life, especially in tech and entertainment, to network and learn. That's just what I like to call it. And your company is a sponsor as well. Ellen and Aviv.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, you're sponsoring the event. Why did you choose this particular event? What drew you to it?
So we try to ensure that technology underpins our processes within our organization, be it sales, operations, even accounting. And we understand the importance of technology within our space. So anything essentially that gravitates towards that, we'll definitely, want to be a part of that.
Okay. And why did you choose to be a speaker?
Could you recap?
Why did you choose
to be a speaker?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So I chose to be a speaker because what the platform is offering is in shared, alignment with my vision in empowering women into the tech space. So as a result of that shared vision, I got, attracted to the platform to be a speaker, to be able to lend my voice to empowering more women into the space and to inspire more women into the space.
Okay. Still on you. So far, I keep going back to the fact that you're trying to bring women in along with you. I had a conversation with, when I just started this job, I had a conversation with, some women, Shalakwe Hammond, Blessing Abeng, and one other lady from Kenya, Cynthia Chekbemoy. And we're talking about how Blessing exactly talked about how she, you don't have to be in blockchain, or you don't even have to know how to code to be a part of tech. There are different aspects of it, and you've just highlighted that. And, doing that, you need mentors. How important is it for people to have mentors in this particular field? Let's start with that.
All right. It is very, very important because it will help you to be able to cut out some of the troubles and then cut out the length of time that you would have used to go and start from the scratch, right? So having mentors in this space is a big deal because at the end of the day, it helps you to be able to chart this uncharted route easily, right? And then you're able to learn from those who have gone ahead in this space, and you're able to, connect the dots easily in the space and be able to find the areas of alignment, because the truth is that the emerging tech space is so wide, and so you cannot afford to just, ring maroon. And so the mentors will help you to be able to have that source of direction and then be able to cut into that area that really resonates with you as you come into the space and be able to, tap into the opportunities that actually are available in the space.
Okay. How has mentorship helped you so far in your field?
I believe the job of a mentor is to be able to guide you through challenges. When you experience challenges, be it in your career or in your business. And having mentors whose core values align with yours and who know you on a personal level ensures that they're able to guide you on what they believe will be the best course of action. So they're essentially a resource that you're able to tap into. Yeah.
All right. This mentorship thing is quite tricky for me because personally, I know I have female leaders and, people in the industry, my industry, different fields that are willing to be mentors for me. In fact, they will consider themselves my mentors because they check in on me. How is it going here and there? But I do not know how to be a mentee. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know how to draw the line between bugging you and being a mentee. So how can someone, because people talk about mentorship a lot, but not a lot of people would tell you about how to actually be a mentee. So can you tell me about that?
Yes, I think one of the ways that one can navigate that area is, for me, I feel you shouldn't overwhelm yourself. And once you see any of the mentors that you find that you have a shared vision or the works that they do, resonates with you, and you want to probably told that part. If you do not have that confidence to be able to reach out immediately, you could actually understudy that mentor. This is a world of social media. You can actually follow them up with the work they are doing and everything that they are doing in that space on platforms like LinkedIn. And then you start that way by following up, reading up on them. And I do believe that by the time you fed yourself with enough information that is in alignment with what you want, which your perceived mentor is doing, you will be spurred into action to reach out. And then before you know, you wouldn't even know when you will reach out and be like, oh, I've been following you up. I've been reading your work. I have seen what you have done this way, and I have been studying it. I've been able to take this kind of action as a result of some of your posts or as a result of some of your achievements or some of the works that you have done. That way, you are so full that you want to actually reach out. And so whatever it is that was probably holding you back will be cut out, that you can, you find yourself like already replicating what is in your mentor, and you just reach out naturally. That's one of the ways you can, go about that. If not, you could go directly for those who do not feel that they are bugging anyone, right? You could just go ahead. I'll take an example. Yesterday, I had someone reach out to me that they wanted me to mentor, and he wanted me to take a session with him. He had reached out last week, and then over the weekend sent a reminder. Yesterday, we created some time for me to attend to some of those questions. And so some people fall into that category. They are go-getters. The ones they feel that you are in this space, they like what you're doing. He heard me speak on one of the platforms on blockchain and all that for emerging tech lawyers. And then he reached out. And so for some, they won't reach out, but they can actually study you and study your work, just like I have said earlier. So there are various ways to, harnessing the opportunities and the potentials in mentorship. And I feel that it doesn't have to just be one way, and then you feel burdened about it.
Okay, before I ask you to share your thoughts on that, she mentioned that you don't have to reach out to them. You can also be mentee from afar, right? But there's also a saying: do not meet your mentors, do not meet your heroes, do not meet your those who we look up to, because don't meet them. You'll be disappointed. Do you think that is true?
I don't think that is true. And going back to the question you asked earlier, having an alignment with regards to core values helps you not look up to someone whose values don't necessarily align with yours, and having it, and at least to the degree that you can, because no one ever really truly knows everyone, but have a deep relationship or have some sort of a personal relationship with them. That would mitigate this issue. But you thinking along those lines, it shows that you're a thoughtful person, essentially, that you're respectful of people's time. But the mindset of, am I bugging them? It can be something that will hinder you. And people are more willing to help than you will think. Being able to reach out to people with different medium and coming with like a specific request. So say you're having a challenge in a specific area, maybe, setting up, an aspect of your business, coming to them with a direct request, what your thought process is, the action you're willing to take or you think you should take, can help them see where you're coming from and help them start the conversation that way. And doing this over time helps you build rapport with this person, your mentor, and you can take it from there. But coming with specific requests over time can really help bridge that gap. Okay.
As opposed to being stuck in a greeting loop. Yeah. Good morning, ma. How are you? I'm fine. Thank you. And you? How is business? I will just stop communicating at that point. Okay. So let's go back to part 2024. PC Gets Dinner. You are going to be there with your brand and, your whole force. What should we be expecting from you and the event?
You can expect us to bring, some of our product for, people to be able to interact with and see, of course, and see, what our brand is willing to offer.
Okay.
And yeah, it's going to be an amazing event, and we look forward to partnering on this one.
Okay, it's already established that I love free things, so this is something that I can actually look forward to. What about you? You are speaking. What is the speech on?
Yeah, the speech is going to be on blockchain and how it actually fosters inclusion. And so people can actually expect to hear me share insights as to what the blockchain is and how it's helping to bridge the gender gap and the potentials of the blockchain, as well as, of course, the challenges and how women can actually position themselves in this space to be able to harness the opportunities running from the various opportunities that are in the space, from DeFi to other opportunities, and how it's actually helping to break barriers to entry into the space. So there'll be a lot of sharing of insights on that. And I know that for the events as a whole, people should expect to, gain perspective into various industry trends, and then on useful tips on how to put these insights into practical application.
Okay.
So I trust it's going to be a great and a highly insightful event.
I also think that networking should not be overlooked, because, and when people talk about networking, you want to network with people above you all the time and forget your peers. I don't know who said this, but I know I had a conversation with someone who said, network with your peers, because those are the ones that will most likely mention your name in rooms of opportunities. So do not overlook the person that is still starting out like you, or, hustling. I'm talking to you. If you're hustling, don't overlook them. Network. Most of the people who I've met, like at events, have been really instrumental to my growth. Hi, my name is Lagbaja. So and so person referred me to you. Do you offer the services? Oh, yes, I do. So I think you should look into that. So back to you, Irene. The industry you are can be said to be saturated with, male. It's male dominated, and and you have managed to thrive, and you are thriving in this industry. So can you tell me how you were able to succeed in this manufacturing industry, business development?
Well, although the area may seem to be male dominated, my experience in the industry so far has been a bit more collaborative. Everyone is willing to help, essentially everyone, because we understand that manufacturing is not always as straightforward as it seems. There are a lot of processes, there's a lot of thought that goes into what we do. So it's been quite collaborative. That's been my experience so far, and just being thoughtful about what you're trying to achieve and where you're going also helps on the journey.
Okay, what advice will you give to those who are starting out and looking to achieving half of what you've achieved?
I would say have the learner's mindset. You don't come off as everything. There's always something to be learned from everyone that you come across. Read far and wide and learn from situations, negative or positive. There's always something that can be learned from a situation. Document your learning so you're able to go back, look at how far you've come, and monitor your growth year on year, and you'd be surprised where you'll be 5-10 years from now.
How easy is it to monitor? Because I'm trying to picture myself doing that, monitoring my growth and documenting it. Okay, I got a new job at, A, B, and C. I should put it down.
Document your experience.
Every single thing.
No, see, life is, it's not, as we had a conversation earlier and I told you life is not linear. You can't document every single thing, but if you document even 80% of what you've been through, it helps. And having a journal, it's just bullet points. It doesn't have to be, so I woke up today and I saw the morning star. No, It could just be a couple points. Oh, no. It's just a few points. Oh, I had an interview today. I felt really nervous, and I believe that made me stumble on XYZ. What are your take homes, or what's your takeaway from that? I believe I need to improve my communication skills and learn some anti-anxiety tips that will help me in my next interview. Having this sort of, notes for yourself will help you, because at the end of the day, you're the only one walking the journey of your life by yourself. So you need to be able to work through these things.
That makes a lot of sense, really.
Yeah.
That's if I'm disciplined enough to stay consistent with it, I'll try it.
It's a muscle. The more you do it, the more you're going to do it in the future.
Irene's just here, jumping in. Yeah. What about you? What advice will you give to those who are starting out?
Yes, thank you. The advice I would give is, first, be committed to lifelong learning.
Okay.
You can never underestimate learning. You need to be open-minded. You need to be flexible and adaptable, because the times that we're in, the digital economy, demands that, you get to understand what technology is, irrespective of your age or irrespective of your gender. And so being open-minded, being flexible and adaptable, because there's disruption in every industry, makes you to be very, very valuable in this digital economy. So as a woman or as a young person, I would advise that you commit to lifelong learning. You're open-minded, you're adaptable, you are flexible, because rigidity won't do you any good in this time. And then, of course, you should always attend conferences where you gain insight into industry trends, into the areas that aligns with what you want. So make sure you attend most of the conferences that comes up around those areas, and network, and then of course network across boards with your peers, with those above and even those below, because they will be useful in your journey in life. So these are some of the useful tips and advice I can give to the young persons.
Okay, so I want us to end on this note where you tell us about the most effective ways to inspire women to take on leadership roles, to reach high, because there's something you mentioned before about how it's the mindset that can restrict you. You mentioned it when we were having a conversation. So a lot of ladies have this restricted mindset where, it's not going to work. That kind of mindset can be damaging. So what is the most effective way to bring these people on board, encourage them to take on higher roles than they would usually do? So, they said that if you see a job opportunity and you feel like you're not good enough, apply. You might just get that role. So apart from mentorship, of course.
Okay. Well, I feel that everything kind of runs from that mentorship, attending trainings, and then of course arranging conferences or programs where we showcase women who have gone ahead, sharing their stories that actually will trigger something up in in the younger ones that are coming up, knowing that, if she can do it, then I can do it. Take an example, my platform, the Hilton Top Solicitors, Female Virtual Internship and Mentorship. Apart from the fact that we bring them into the emerging tech, they don't just come the first day, you just tell them, come into the blockchain, artificial intelligence, you have to learn cybersecurity, data privacy, and the rest of it, and just go. No, we infuse things around, capacity building in terms of leadership, in terms of you being empowered to feel confident enough to go after whatever you believe you should go. And most of it comes out from the lessons I have picked from my own life, issues. And I make them understand that, you can actually be a leader in the space, and that the purpose of the platform is not just to come in and just be there and stay at the back, because we know that, of course, we have a lot going on with, women are part of an organization, or they are part of a business they're just representing. But for me, I take it I'm very passionate about women being involved and then participating pushing them to be able to, explore that power that they already have to take up leadership role. So, having them on that mentorship is great, right? And sharing these stories. So on platforms like mine, we bring in also women who have actually been in this space of the emerging tech space and are doing great things, share their stories from how they began, so they know that all that glitters is not gold. So because sometimes when you don't know the stories behind the success that you see, you feel that this person is just exceptional and it's not meant for you. But when you hear their stories, it inspires you a lot. And I also try to share mine from where I'm coming from and from where I am, and of course knowing the greater goal that is lying ahead. So, and this has really helped us to be able to harness and inspire a lot of them. A lot of them are my mentees now, and they keep telling me, oh, we love this platform because of these things that you're putting together and these inspirational, stories that we also hear from you and other persons on the platform. We are able to know that they too can plug in and actually lead in any space that they actually want to, participate in. So, sharing those stories from those that have gone ahead, the success stories, and also sharing the stories of the failure, inspiring them and making them understand that failure or challenges can actually be like their friend, to make them know that, no, they are not actually a failure. What makes you a failure is the fact that with that challenges, when you stay back there and you're not ready to move, that's when you're a failure. But when you encounter any challenge and you press forward, it's just a stepping stone for you to press forward. Okay. And that way they will be confident enough to go after the leadership role and actively participate and not just represent in any ecosystem.
Thank you. Do you have any other thing to
add? I'll say the mindset, can really influence what you think or believe you're able to achieve. Being able to develop yourself by listening to people, reading, having an inquisitive mind will help you gather stories that can show you that everyone has a backstory. Not everyone was confident at the beginning, and you can get to whatever level you expect to get to. And as a believer, I believe that you're beautifully and wonderfully made. There's nothing wrong with you. You can achieve everything. The source of who you are is the creator of the universe. And with that limitless mindset, you can achieve anything.
How can I achieve flawless skin like yours?
Use the right products.
That is true. Okay, we're having a conversation with Irene Nwakanma-Obi. She is a pharmacist and a business developer. She's also the executive director of Enyone Firms Group, the makers of Lilian and Aviv hair products. And they will be sponsors for PC Gets Dinner. That's part 2024, happening on the 15th and 16th of November 2024. So free things, guys, free things, good things, right?
Yes.
Right.
Of course.
Also, we've been having a conversation with Deborah and Enyone. Right?
You're right. Yeah.
She's a legal practitioner, an emerging tech lawyer, and also, amongst other things. Yes, and she's going to be speaking about blockchain and how it brings women together. It inspires inclusivity, right? It's going to be a fantastic conversation. You do not want to miss that. I am not going to miss that. So just get your things and head over to Part 2024. You can check online and you find the exact conversation. You can search on Instagram, PC Gets Dinner 2024. You find all the information you need. We've been having this fantastic conversation here on Tek Talk on Africa Tech Radio. My name is Lilian, and just keep listening to and watching our content.